Hey guys, it's Tina from Hangry by Nature. We are going to run through the top 12 things to do in Tokyo with kids that you can't miss. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more family travel guides like this one and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all of our videos. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Akihabara. Welcome to Electronic Town. This area specializes in anime, computer goods, video games, and manga. It is absolutely nuts, and when you're there, you just can't help looking up and around, sideways, everywhere around you there's something that will catch your eye. Most of the buildings on the main street are plastered with colorful billboard signs and just crazy colorful things. Be sure to pop into one of the many arcades that you'll come across, Taito, or there's even a Sega one. You'll have so much fun there with the kids. Be sure to stick around until nighttime. When the lights turn on, it's even more spectacular. ODAIBA! This was probably one of my favorite areas in Tokyo and an absolute must visit. It is basically an entertainment island. There's around 4 to 5 shopping centers there, lots of restaurants, and the highlight, or one of the highlights, is the huge Gundam statue, which everyone has a photo of when they go there. If you don't know what Gundam is, it's basically a very popular Japanese anime and model building activity. There's also 2 amazing technology museums that you can pop into, a few gaming complexes, a beach that you may or may not want to swim in. It's up to you, but I don't think the locals really swim in it. But it is nice just to kick back on the beach, let the kids have a run around and relax. There's also a replica Statue of Liberty that will make you think like you're in New York for a split second, a rainbow bridge, and much, much more. The Edo Tokyo Museum, where you can experience what it felt like to live in the Edo period. They have a lot of replica-sized structures and lots of smaller model displays to show what life was like back in that time. It is a great interactive learning experience for the whole family and the perfect activity on a rainy day in Tokyo. Adult entry prices only cost $5 US, so it's definitely worth a visit. DISNEYSEA. Now this was the most memorable attraction for the kids, well, not just for the kids, for us as well. It is a full-on day, it gets very packed, but it is 100% worth it. We had such an amazing time at Disneyland in Tokyo that the kids still talk about it almost 1 year on. Now we didn't get around to visiting DISNEYSEA, we wish we had the time to do it, but it is probably more suitable for older kids from what we've heard, but you can determine that for yourself. I'm sure without a doubt it is still worth a visit. To find out how much ticket prices to Disneyland in Tokyo cost and whether it's worth visiting with a baby or a toddler, make sure you check out our Disneyland Tokyo guide right up here. Tokyo Skytree, the second tallest structure in the world after the one and only Burj Khalifa in Dubai. It is so tall that if you attempt to look up at the top, you most likely will strain your neck. But the view you get from up top is phenomenal. It is definitely worth a visit if you're not scared of heights. But do bear in mind though, it is pretty pricey to get inside. An adult ticket costs $18 and that'll get you to the 350th floor. If you want to go even higher, it's gonna cost you more monies. So the more you put in, the higher you get.
You guys see this? What is that? It's something on a building. It's either sperm or it's a squirt of Kewpie mayonnaise. I think that's where they got their inspiration from. I don't know. Tell me what it is. I don't know what it is.
Now, as you all might already know, Japan is famous worldwide for its themed cafes. Everything from animal cafes, maid cafes, muscle men cafes, anime and manga cafes, and the list literally goes on. There are so many different themed cafes, it's endless. We got around to visiting a few themed cafes while we were in Japan, but the one that stood out the most was the Kawaii Monster Cafe in Harajuku. Now, it basically is what it is. It's a monster themed cafe. Everything from the waitresses to the food is monster themed. You walk in and it's like Alice in Wonderland. It is wacky, it is completely out there. You'll think that you took some mushrooms or something, but let me tell you what, it is one experience that you won't forget. And they also put on a really great show that the kids really enjoyed. It was actually super entertaining. Harajuku, obviously one area not to be missed on your trip to Tokyo. It is world famous and known for its teenage and youth culture. There's lots of fun shops, trendy cafes, awesome streetwear, and the best part, a lot of yummy crepe vendors. Also, while you're walking down the streets, make sure to keep an eye out for people dressed in cosplay costumes. Yoyogi Park and MEIJI JINGU Shrine. You'll find this park and the shrine within the Harajuku area. This is a really wonderful park to get away from all the hustle and bustle of the city. When you get really deep in there, it actually feels like you are in the middle of a forest. You forget that you're even in Tokyo. You'll find the MEIJI JINGU Shrine located within Yoyogi Park. Now, if you're in Tokyo over a weekend, you can't miss the scores of locals that come on a Sunday dressed up in cosplay costumes. Everything, you'll find people from break dancers to rock stars to anime characters. It's just so much fun to see. This is an absolute highlight if you're there. Karaoke is everywhere in Japan, absolutely everywhere. And you gotta try it out while you're there. Get into a small booth or a big room with the fam and sing your hearts out. A lot of them have popular kids songs, but there's also a lot of popular charts, old school music, pretty much anything you can imagine. A lot of English songs you will find within these karaoke places. Plus, you can also get yourself into costumes to add to the fun. When we were there, we booked a room for 2 hours. We also ordered chips and drinks, and it only ended up costing us around $20 US. So it is cheap fun. Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building. It is the best place to get a view of Tokyo from above. Wait for it. For free! Both of the towers have a free observation deck up on the 45th floor for tourists. Now it does get really busy though. We lined up for probably around almost half an hour to get up, but it is worth it if you want the free view. If you don't want to pay the hefty price tag to go up the Skytree, this is a great alternative. SENSOJI Temple, one of Tokyo's oldest and most famous temples. You can't visit the city without seeing this place. The whole area has a really amazing atmosphere. Leading up to the temple is a row of shops 200 meters long called Nakamise. There's some really yummy, delicious places to eat and lots of souvenir places. Visitors are welcomed to the temple by the Thunder Gate, which is pretty much the largest lantern you'll ever see. The whole temple complex is simply beautiful, as well as the pagoda. Robot Restaurant. Now, without a doubt, you have probably heard of this place. It is absolutely crazy, out of this world. When you're there, you'll probably be like, what did I just watch? But you'll never see anything like it anywhere else in the world, only in Japan. I mean, the whole show doesn't make any sense at all, but it is just purely entertaining to watch. I mean, it's called a restaurant, but it's not even really a restaurant. So don't go in expecting great food. It is just loud, noisy, and fun entertainment. And it's also baby, toddler, and kid friendly, so you can bring them along. You just have to be aware that the loud noises might startle your little ones. If you want to grab discounted tickets to the robot restaurants, make sure you check the link in the description below. And that's it, guys. Those are the top 12 things to do with kids in Tokyo. Now, there are so many other things that you can do. The list is endless. Tokyo is just a whole big city filled with entertaining things to do for young and old. But guys, I do want to know, out of this list, what is the one thing that you're most likely going to want to do in Tokyo? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful in planning your trip to Tokyo, make sure you give it a like. It's the best way to support our channel, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to keep up to date with all of our videos. Until then, guys, you know it. We'll see you in the next video. Peace!
Angry, hungry, yes I'm hangry. 매일이